que você tá em fase de teste, querida. Tá bom? Eu, do mundo da galáxia. Será que eu tenho que te ensinar tudo?
Opa, daquela família.
E tudo, o que você ganhou em troca?
Você esqueceu?
Nada não, é coisa minha.
Mas o Átila não quis fazer o vídeo.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to share with you guys this update regarding Lola and Viviani storyline on this amazing telenovela that is available to watch on HBO Max. In this case, by telenovela I mean soap opera. Let me tell you, it's definitely giving what it's supposed to give. But yes, it looks like things between Lola and Viviani definitely went from 0 to 100 real quick. And currently, I'm like in shock, with what happened between the two. But before we get into further details and actually discuss everything that is happening with this two and that happened, between the two, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also let me know your thoughts on it if you guys have watched or are currently watching the telenovela and what is your thoughts on it. So let's get right into details. Just in case you guys don't know, the telenovela basically follows Sophia, who is looking for revenge for everything that happened to her mother and also to her adopted family, whose daughter tragically passed away because of decisions and choices when it comes to, doctors, being very mean and basically causing the passing of, the daughter of the family that actually adopted her. So she is on this revenge bash, and one of the person that she wants to bring down and, to take revenge for eliminating her mother is in this case Lola. And yes, Viviani is basically like an ex-police officer who, currently is, or was in this case Lola's right hand and her advisor in this whole business venture that they have going on when it comes to cosmetics and medicine. So they are business partners and lovers as well. So this will actually be, the recap of episode 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And yes, it looks like their storyline unfortunately came to an end in this case, episode 14, because Lola have eliminated Vivian because she felt like really Vivian in this case was gonna betray her and tell the truth and, basically bring her down and bring her empire down because Viviani knows too much. So how did everything get to this point? So basically, Lola and Viviani, they were involved in this whole scandal where, they bought actually fake, medical machines. And obviously later on, the truth came out that they were basically, buying, this fake machines and over, pricing it so that they can, pocket in a lot of money. Obviously, Viviani also benefited from it, financially, but it was a decision made by Lola, and Lola basically stole money from, in this case, her father-in-law. So, after the father-in-law found out about the truth, somebody had to take the blame for it. So in this case, Lola, asked, Vivian to take the blame for this whole situation. And obviously, Viviani was against it. She was like, I'm not going to go down the drain because of the decision and choices you made. Yes, I benefited from it financially, but, you are the boss. You are the one who made the call. So why do I have to take the blame and basically, moral of the story, probably go to jail for this? But obviously, Viviani, she was upset. Later on, they had this whole meeting in this case, and you can just see Lola went off on Viviani, acting like she didn't know anything, that she was just as surprised as everybody for the fact that Viviani was stealing money from her, even though she knew everything. She basically humiliated publicly Viviani in front of everybody, and of course, Viviani ended up, getting fired. And later on, Lola went to look for her and say, hey, I'm sorry, I apologize, I miss you, but one of us had to take the blame for it, and I can take the blame. If I take the blame, then we both are gonna go down. If I lose everything, you lose everything. So we was just how back and forward. But at that point, Viviani's heart was already broken, and she decided to go on, in this case, on a revenge path. But obviously, it's still very difficult for Viviani to even think about the possibility of betraying and taking down Lola because she knows so much information on the case regarding Sophia's mother's passing. So she have decided, to get a confession from Lola because that is the only way that she can bring Lola down is through a confession. So she actually ends up, in this case, joining forces with, the opposite side, in this case, Sophia, to bring down Lola. But also at the same time, you can see Lola has so much power power over Viviani emotionally. It's very, very hard for Viviani to resist her, and just to tell her no, to have this power over her. Like she's on a whole different level. But obviously, she's also grown and she was like, okay, I'm gonna take Lola down, even though I love this woman. I wanna be with her. I love her with all my heart. I, basically dedicated my whole life to her after leaving the police force. But it has to be done because it's not fair for her to take me down, and I'm just gonna sit here and let her do whatever she wants with me. So basically, Lola was still trying to get Viviani back, still somewhere, somehow trying to protect her, even though, Lola messed up big time. But later on, things went from 0 to 100 real quick, when in this case Lola ends up finding out that in this case Viviani was working with Sophia, who's her enemy, who she have paid to to disappear. And later on, when she found out that they were working together, by also it was also on how situation on how this situation happened. So basically Lola ends up calling Viviani to the office. They had this whole conversation. In this case, Viviani was ready to record, in this case, a confession from Lola. And obviously Lola also wanted the truth out of Viviani, so that they can move forward and try to make things work between them, because you can see that despite Lola wanting to take Viviani down, but also at the same time she wanted to protect her, and she just needed one reason. And the fact that Viviani didn't tell her about the whole thing regarding working with Sophia bothered her, because that's the moment she realized that Viviani will betray her. So Lola actually ends up giving her the confession that she wanted. And then Lola asks Viviani, now you tell me the truth, tell me your secrets. And of course, in this case, Viviani, she did tell a truth, regarding the truth regarding, so in this case, Sophia and the person that is working with Lola. But obviously Lola didn't believe her in this case, so they end up hooking up, having this moment together, and you can basically see that is the moment where you start to realize that that might be their last encounter, because Lola was so intense with Viviani, and she was just like telling her, like, give me a last kiss. This is our last time together, just giving us hints that something will happen to Viviani. And later on, after they had the intimate romantic moment together, you can actually see that, in this case, Lola asked Viviani to take her home by driving her car, because she doesn't like driving at night. And of course, Viviani was like, okay, since we're cool now, okay, let's do it. But at the same time, Viviani already had a recording regarding Lola convincing her that she basically eliminated her husband, Lola's husband. Lola eliminated her husband. But when she went to the car, she actually listened to the audio. And when she listened to the audio, she put the car to start, because she was waiting for Lola to get down to take Lola home. The car basically exploded. Yeah, so basically Lola set Viviani up for elimination, and that's exactly what happened. And by that, we can say that it looks like their love story came to an end. Obviously, I will keep watching the telenovela, because I really, really like Lola character a lot, even though she really messed up big time, and she's like the mean one, like the mean one of the novella. But I feel like she's a very good actress, and she brings a lot of character to the telenovela. Let's see what is gonna happen. But hey, I guess Lola and Viviani storyline came to an end. And yes, once again Lola got her way. Let's see until what point Lola will keep getting away with these things that she is doing by eliminating people. And always she finds a way to eliminate people that really care for her. So wow, 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 wow. So yes, guys, that's basically it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also want to have activated the super stickers to the channel. Until the next video, and goodbye.